this weekend, it's back to business. It's back to back home, because it's the first time we've been in the Emirates for a while, so there's going to be that. But a big game. Big under any circumstances when we play Man United, but they're on a high at the moment. Obviously, you know, they had a great win against Manchester City. They looked really, really impressive. You saw new manager bounce. You saw players that have been shocking this season all of a sudden were different animals under Carrick. It's going to be a tough game. City would have played before us, am I right, Lee? Yeah, they would have played Wolves.
Yeah, they play Saturday.
We're expecting them to beat Wolves, although I'd say Wolves are better than Bodo.
Villa played before us as well.
According to Pep, he should be all right because he's only going to be playing on grass. So he did a bit of a tie in it, moaning about that plastic pitch. But you'd expect them to win. So it's going to be pressure again on Arsenal in this game. Man United, 4:30 kickoff UK time on Sunday. Guys, this one's big. This one is big.
I tell you what, boys, and I say this all the time, right? This is still my favourite Premier League game. I love this game. Do you know what I mean? Like the rivalry from back in the day, the fans, everything about it. I just love this game. And I think you made a great point, Rob. I think that win last night kind of calmed United fans down. You beat City. Okay, well, you know, I had a Man United fan trying to troll me last night in the comments. I said, well, who are you playing? You know what I mean? I don't know why you're trolling me. You ain't even playing. Your players are at home.
How about you guys? Just going about like how big this game is. I was trying to put it on a little bit of pressure. I actually enjoyed playing against, as a fan, I was very relaxed against Portsmouth, very relaxed against Chelsea, even though that was a semi-final. I'm very relaxed against Inter Milan. But against Forest, I was a nervous wreck, and I'll be a nervous wreck come Sunday because it's so important. Hopefully the players don't feel like that, And I think it's, Mikel's got a real couple of tough decisions to make. I think the left back's a massive decision, and the up front now is a massive decision. I think against Carrette is another interesting one, as you said. When's Havertz going to get some minutes? So I think that Havertz may play in that game. So this is a game where I think that Arteta shows his colours. Who is his main man up front? Like, you know what I mean?
What are you doing though?
I think that Jesus was outstanding yesterday. I have to say that, and not just outstanding. He brings the other players in. I know we were saying about earlier on about Odegaard is not there. We're a bit. I think he brings players into the game, and the way we play, there was more cohesion between the front 3 and 4. That's how I feel. But I think Arteta will go with Gyökeres. I think that he will. I think you've got a great point when you say that. I think that he has to make this work.
Mars was really good. He's going to come up against a lot of pace, because it's in Buemo, isn't it? Yeah, really quick, tricky player. Do you put Timber back in there because he's sort of really good on the man marking thing, even though, like you said, Lee, he's nowhere near as good as when he's playing on the right? Or do you say, Mars, yeah, we've got faith in you. Here you go, you're in again. That's going to be a really interesting one as well. But I'm like looking forward to this game, man. This is going to be a big game. We're back home, and that result yesterday brings the fan. It weren't like the fans weren't going to be up for this, but the fans now are buzzing again because their fans would be coming in super confident and all that. But now we're going in super confident. We're not thinking about Forest so much. We're thinking about what we just did and how well we played. And this league now, we need to start getting those sort of performances like what we're seeing in the Champions League in the league as well. Because we've had 2 games in a row where we haven't scored, where we've come up against teams that are sat deep, and we know United are going to do that. They're going to be deep and try and catch us on the counter-attack. And we must find a way to break it down. And guys have to bring their A game to this. Because, if we don't, we could get hurt by United. So, massive game. Can't wait for it.
Yeah, and like you said, Rob, the whole dynamics of the game is going to look different because we expect City to beat Wolves. So that then would put them 4 points behind us again. So we're going to be on edge then, knowing that we've got to win that game, really. I just think we've got to send out a bit of a message, because the last couple of times we've had a chance when City have drawn, we've then drawn, so it's encouraging them. I think even if they beat Wolves, we need to be like, listen, man, we know what time it is. We beat Man United at home. You lot aren't catching us. As I said, their next two games are Tottenham and Liverpool away, Manchester City, after this weekend.
Yeah.
So we need to sort of put the pressure back on them and say, listen, we beat United, man. Now it's on to you. And, Pep's saying a lot of things in the press conference. Things are going against him. He's not happy. He looks a bit stressed at the moment. I think Haaland's gone like 5 games without scoring, which is unheard of for him. So things are starting to flow nicely for us. Like you said, it would be interesting what happens at left back, because if, Timber hasn't looked great at left back, and if you're playing against Mbeumo or maybe Ahmad, I think Mbeumo played up front against City and Ahmad was on the right, but all very direct. And that is what's troubled Skelly a little bit in recent weeks, is that sort of direct speed. I know you said Nkapie might be back, so will he just maybe put him straight back in at left back? But then what kind of message does that send to Lewis Skelly if he just gets dropped? So he's got a selection headache. And like you said, I think Odegaard will get the nod over Eze, and the spotlight will be on him as well. So there's a lot of angles with this, but I think we're going to beat them. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sitting here. I'm always nervous watching Arsenal, but I do think we're going to have a little bit too much for them. I think we've got a spring in our step at the moment.
Big game. I think Arsenal got to win this. You know what I mean? 2 draws in the last 2 games, 0-0s. But more importantly, drop points against Liverpool at home. You know what I mean? Can't continue. If you're going to win leagues, you've got to win your own games. And so we're at home. Advantages are on us. And you know what? Gives us a bit. I think it ain't since that Liverpool game that we played at home. It's been a little while. I think the home crowd is will be buzzing to get back to the Emirates, and I think that nothing better than Man United at home. So I think it's a game to look forward to, and I think that what we've got to go at some stage, and now the performance, just that performance yesterday just reminded me as a fan, hold on a minute here. Arsenal, right, they didn't play well against us, but we are a bloody good team. We've got good players. Now go and do it in the league. Just remind everybody in the league what a bloody good side we are. We are the best team in the league. There's no 2 ways about it. Go and remind everybody. Just go and put a statement. We put a statement out into Europe. Let's go and put a statement in the Premier League now. Under pressure, big game, Man United in a little bit of form. That's what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's just about making a statement, like you said. It's starting to get real now. Like, we're not. You don't have to always play up until game week 38 to see if you won the league. It could be that we know, like, if the points gap stays the same by game week 34, game week 35, which is not that far away now. So it's starting to sort of the realism of it that game by game we're so closely getting there. And if City do drop points in their little run they have, because I think they got Newcastle soon after that. I can't remember exactly, but they've got another tough game coming up after that, Tottenham and Liverpool. So they could
wait to Liverpool.
Yeah, they could drop more points, and if that becomes sort of 12, 15 points, it might be that we can clinch the league by game week 30. And it sounds silly, but what we're at now, 21, 22, we're actually getting to the point where that we've actually got to start thinking about those scenarios. I know good old Connor works at the channel that was letting me know that he's started to think about flights coming back, and he's really actually got to sit here and think about it and come to parades and stuff. And it's mad that we're actually might even be talking about that for 4 different trophies. And it's just nice to be in that position. So I think the Man United one was sort of stamped that. I know you're saying karma, but it's at the point where it's coming. Like we're not at game week 13 anymore. We're at game week 21. Like we're getting there, man. I think the only thing that I don't want us to do, Robbie, is that we got to enjoy it somehow. Like that's what maybe when we beat Inter, that maybe I realised that this is not a regular occurrence that we go and just beat Inter. Sort of, it wasn't a really tough game for us. We had players out, and we could be on the edge of doing something crazy this season. And it'd be annoying if we sat here and and sort of just overanalyze absolutely everything. Sometimes you just got, who cares? I think we're going to win it. It's okay. It's okay to say it, sort of thing. And it's getting towards the more serious game weeks where you can actually sort of enjoy that. Imagine we do beat United and there's 12, 15 games left to play only, and that's it. We win a league. That's it. Like, it's all done. We win a league. So, yeah, man, I think it's getting the crowd into that mood is going to be key. It's going to be key.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Can I just say one thing, Rob, before you come in? Right, I actually got a bit of perspective the other day on everything. Right, so I don't know if you saw Thierry on Monday Night Football, and he said, because I've been saying, even though we're top and we're doing great, I'm finding it difficult to really enjoy the season because there's like anxiety from what's happened in previous seasons. And Thierry's obviously questioned Arteta before, and he's had a little backlash about it. And he said, listen, we've all asked him to win the league. We're top of the league, 7 points clear. He's doing what we want from him. Nobody told him how to get there. We just told him to get there. And he said, you need to enjoy it rather than always questioning everything. He's winning the league at the moment. So let's enjoy the fact that he's top of the league. And I sat there and I thought, you know what? He's right,
Prediction-wise, Man United at home, I'm going to go 3-1. Why not?
And
Bruno's going to score against us.
Lee's face says it all, boys. I already know what.
I'm going big as well. I'm going 3-0.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm going to go 2-0 then. I'll go 2-0. Will we keep a clean sheet? Well, we have in the last 2 games. It's just we ain't scored, but I'll go 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going 2-0 as well.
Forever.
If you can't beat them, join them, boys. Hey, if this ship's sinking, we're both going.
Hey, you're wicked, Joe. You're evil, man. You're evil.